Hello and welcome to the LearnKey powered by GMetrix Student Portal Overview. Today we're going to walk through the Student Portal, how to access your courseware, and the resources associated with each course. LearnKey has been creating video-based courseware for over 30 years now. We provide courses to help prepare students and individuals for certifications in applications like Adobe, Microsoft Office, CompTIA, Autodesk, ESB, CSB, IC3, MTA, MTC, and Intuit. So today, first we're going to go through and log into the course. And the first step you're going to do is go to www.gmetrix.net. We want to make sure we go to the student portal, not your GMetrix desktop icon. This is where we're going to redeem the code that you've been given. If you currently have a GMetrix account, go ahead and log in with your credentials here. If you do not have a GMetrix account, you can easily sign up by linking your Clever, Gmail, Microsoft, or any of these accounts, or you can click sign up here to just set up an account, fill out this form, and accept the terms here. Once you log in, you're going to click on the blue key on the left-hand side and enter the code you were given. Be sure to remove all spaces before and after the code before clicking redeem. All courses that were associated with that code and what you would have access to are going to show up here on the Select a New Course area. Once you select a course from this list, it will now show up on your main dashboard when you click on courses each time you log in as a student. For the overview today, I'm going to go ahead and utilize our Word 2019 course as an example. You can see this course is broken into domains like the exam. As an authorized publisher and partner of Certiport, we map to those certification objectives to help prepare those students for individuals for certification exams. Each domain will be broken into lessons or sessions depending on the course you're in. If I open up lesson 2, we're going to see 4 areas here. And the first thing we see is the video training, exercise labs, student workbook, and follow along files. Let's take a look at each of these. So the first area is the video-based training. Visually, we want to showcase the software as much as possible to make sure you understand the ribbon, make sure you know where everything's located, and we're going to use scenarios or an example or a theme throughout the course. So here he's creating a cover letter or some kind of an announcement that he's going to be sending out. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see topics and then subtopics. And as you go through each video clip, you're going to see check marks land here on the left-hand side. And those are your indicators of where you've left off each time you come in and out of the course. Down here, I want to showcase that there's timetables, so it's telling you how long each video clip is. We also have closed captioning features here. And then we also have a full screen view. So if you want to project this on a smartboard or whiteboard, or you're working on a large screen, you can actually increase the size of the video. Next, we're going to move into the exercise labs, and this will be maybe simulations. If you're in part of our Adobe courses, IC3, CSB, these may be simulations instead. For our Microsoft Office and part of our Adobe courses, this is the technology and why we partnered with GMetrix. So this does include the SMS interaction and the in-app technology where it's going to utilize Microsoft Office and check to see and grade everything that you're doing and clicking on. So there are preloaded templates in here. If you have not downloaded the SMS, this is what will prompt it. And then second, it will ask you if you want to download some templates and files. So you do need to accept those files so that you can download the templates, and that's what will load here in Word. Once we've opened the application, it's going to be very similar for those of you who are familiar with GMetrix. It's going to load the question types and then grade everything that we're going in and doing. If you see a similar notation like this, it just means that you have Microsoft open and you need to actually close whatever application is holding it up. So I'm going to go ahead and close Word. And here we see it's opened that template that we saw a minute ago in the video. So this is loading Word, a pre-made template, and here are my instructions on the bottom that I need to go in and complete it with. If you had a hard time reading the text, you can actually click in the blank space up to 5 times to increase the text size. And then we have two options here at the bottom. The important one is save. If I want to come back, save my answers, I'm not ready to turn it in, so to speak, for grading. Or you need to make sure in order for it to show up on your reports, you do need to submit it for grading. This will give you instantaneous feedback. You can see that I will mark that one incorrect. So this is just helping me understand which ones I have completed and which ones I have, graded incomplete. The last step is making sure that you submit it for exercise or submit it for grading. So this is what makes it show up on your reporting features, and just make sure that you're finishing everything in the course. So the goal is to pass the exercise labs with 100%. We want to make sure this is considered like training mode, and this is learning and making sure that you understand where everything's located in Word. The next piece that we have here, any associated lessons, we've created student workbooks. A lot of teachers would ask us, we need additional resources and learning support material. So we've got fill in the blanks, and then we've got project files as well. So these can be downloaded here on the top right hand corner and opened with Adobe Acrobat or DC, the free version of Reader. And from here, you can fill in the blanks here and turn these in electronically through a network sharing file folder. And then as we scroll down, we're going to see projects that are now associated to the videos that we just watched. So here's the topic, and this is where we'd launch off to use this project. Here are the objectives it's covering, so you can ensure which areas you're working on the objectives for the exam. And then here are the steps for completion. So we've got quite a few that we can go in and complete, but these are optional resources and really up to you if you'd like to utilize them. Right under the student workbook and where I've launched that PDF are the follow along files. So these are the templates and the files that we refer to here. So this is identifying which project file you need to use here in the top right hand corner and where you would download them right here underneath. So you'd go through each lesson and complete each video portion, exercise labs, and then complete the project workbooks as needed if you want to finish those. Not a required part of the course. The final area for each domain is the post-assessment, and the important part here is that you pass all post-assessments with 80% or higher. That would be our recommendation and guideline. Once you pass all post-assessments with 80% or higher, you could move on to the practice test, where we'd recommend you pass all training and testing mode with 80 to 90% or higher, or a score of 700 to 800, depending on which exam you're going toward. So you can see that I've taken it multiple times. I can resume a previous test I've saved or view the results. So this is similar. We're going to use the in-app technology, and we are going to go in and take the post-assessment. And you can see I've just kind of worked through this and need to work on it again. The nice part here, for each test that you take, you have a review missed questions area. This button is going to load all the questions that I missed and then give me feedback on what I didn't know or how I answered that incorrectly if I try it again, and it'll mark it wrong again. It will not change the score for your existing test. The goal is to still come back in and pass the post-assessment with 80% or higher. It just helps you better understand what you don't know when you took it. Okay, across the top, we do want to point out the glossary. These are key terms and definitions we feel are going to be really helpful when you're preparing for that certification exam. For example, if you're in Word or Excel, the exam is not going to give you instructions on use that little paintbrush in the top left-hand corner. We want to make sure you know that it's Format Painter. So when you're selecting, you can start with a handful or select all here at the top, which activates the flashcard deck. This allows you to come back in and review key terms and definitions to help prepare for that exam. Last two areas is the activity report. So this is going to account for everything that I've been clicking on and every test attempt. It's recording everything to make sure you can go back and that you've finished, by this date and time if you set a goal to pass the exam by a certain date and time. And the last area is the student workbook. This is where we include the entire workbook if somebody chooses to download the full workbook instead of using the PDF files within the lessons. But in most courses, if we haven't broken it into a lesson format, then this is where your student workbook will be located. That concludes our tour of your LearnKey powered by GMetrix, and we wish you all the best and good luck on your certification preparation and exam.